Hey Taurus, I need you to sit down for this one because what I am about to share with you is something that has been hidden from you for way too long. And honestly, when I pulled these cards for you, I had to pause and just take a moment because the energy coming through is so powerful, so protective, and so revealing about what has been happening behind the scenes in your life. You know, there is something really special about Taurus energy. You carry this grounded, earthy presence that makes people feel safe. But what a lot of people do not realize is that you also carry something much deeper. You carry spiritual gifts that have been with you since birth, gifts that have protected you in ways you might not even fully understand yet. And here is the thing that is coming through so clearly in these cards. There have been people in your life who have sensed this power in you, and instead of celebrating it, they have been intimidated by it. They have tried to dim your light, to throw negativity your way, to mess with your energy through jealousy, envy, and yes, even spiritual attacks. But here is what they do not know, and this is what the universe is revealing to you right now. You have been protected this entire time. Every attack, every bit of negativity sent your way, every attempt to knock you off your path has been deflected by something much stronger than they could ever comprehend. And now they are starting to realize that they cannot touch you, and honestly, it is making them afraid. So let me pull these cards for you and show you exactly what has been happening, what protection you have had around you, and why certain people in your life are suddenly acting so strange around you. Because trust me, once you understand what is really going on, everything is going to make so much more sense. The first card I pulled for you is the Page of Pentacles. And this is really interesting because it speaks to where you have been and the journey you have been on. The Page of Pentacles is showing me someone who has been working quietly, patiently, almost in the background. You have not been loud about your gifts. You have not been broadcasting your abilities to the world. In fact, you might not have even fully recognized them yourself. But that does not mean they are not there. This energy of the Page of Pentacles is telling me that you have always had an intuitive knowing, a sense about people and situations that goes beyond logic. You can walk into a room and feel the energy. You can meet someone and just know whether they are genuine or not. You can sense when something is off, even if you cannot put your finger on exactly what it is. And here is where it gets really interesting with the Page of Pentacles. Because you have this gift, because you carry this natural spiritual protection, you have become a target for people who operate on lower frequencies. These are people who practice manipulation, who send out negative energy intentionally, who might even dabble in things they should not be messing with. And the thing about spiritual attacks is that they often come from people who are close to you or who have been close to you at some point. It is not always some stranger or some random person. It is often someone who has had access to your energy, someone who has been in your space, someone who knows you well enough to feel threatened by your light. What the Page of Pentacles is showing me is that throughout your life, there have been multiple instances where someone tried to bring you down spiritually. Maybe it was through constant criticism that felt unusually harsh. Maybe it was through gossip and lies meant to destroy your reputation. Maybe it was through energy vampirism where certain people would leave you feeling completely drained after spending time with them. Or maybe, and this is coming through strongly for some of you, it was through actual intentional spiritual work meant to block your blessings, create obstacles in your path, or cause chaos in your life. But here is what is absolutely beautiful about what I am seeing with the Page of Pentacles. Every single time someone tried to come against you spiritually, there was a force field around you that they could not penetrate. And I am not talking about something you consciously created. I am talking about a divine protection that has been with you since before you were born. Some of you have ancestors watching over you. Some of you have spirit guides that have been assigned to you specifically. Some of you have a direct connection to source energy that is so strong that anything negative sent your way gets returned to sender before it can even reach you. And the people who have been sending this negativity your way, they are starting to notice that nothing is working. In fact, many of them are experiencing the complete opposite of what they intended. They sent harm and received it back tenfold. They tried to block you and ended up blocking themselves. They wished for your downfall and ended up experiencing their own. This is not coincidence. This is spiritual law. This is the universe protecting one of its own. Now, the next card I am pulling for you is the Hermit. And I have to say, when this one came out, I actually got chills because it is confirming something that I think you have always felt, but maybe never fully trusted. The Hermit represents the truth about who you really are beneath the surface, beneath the persona you show the world, beneath even what you might think you know about yourself. Taurus, the Hermit is telling me that you are not just someone with spiritual gifts. You are a spiritual gift. Your presence alone shifts energy in rooms. Your words carry weight that goes beyond their literal meaning. Your intentions, when they are pure, have the power to manifest things rapidly, and this is precisely why you have been attacked. People who operate in darkness cannot stand to be around genuine light. It exposes them. It makes them uncomfortable. It forces them to confront their own shadows. And instead of doing their own inner work, instead of raising their vibration to match yours, they try to bring you down to their level. What I am seeing here with the Hermit is that many of these attacks happened during times when you were actually stepping into your power. Think about the moments in your life when things suddenly went wrong for no apparent reason. Think about the times when you were about to make a major breakthrough and suddenly everything fell apart. Think about the relationships that seemed promising but ended in betrayal. Think about the opportunities that were right there and then mysteriously disappeared. I want you to really think about the timing of these things. Because what the Hermit is revealing is that these were not random occurrences. These were coordinated spiritual attacks that happened specifically because you were getting too powerful, too successful, too happy, too free. Someone noticed your light getting brighter and they could not handle it. So they did something about it. They either sent negative energy your way consciously, or their jealousy and envy was so strong that it created an automatic spiritual attack, even without them fully realizing what they were doing. But here is the part that is going to blow your mind. None of it worked the way they intended it to. Yes, you might have experienced delays. Yes, you might have gone through difficult periods. Yes, you might have felt confused or lost at times. But you never broke. You never completely fell apart. You never gave up on yourself. You never lost your core essence. And that is because of the protection that has been around you this whole time. What is happening now, and this is what the energy of the Hermit is showing me very clearly, is that this protection is becoming visible. Not just to you, but to the people who have been coming against you. They are starting to realize that there is something different about you, something they cannot explain, something that makes you untouchable in a way that scares them. And when people realize they cannot control you or harm you, they typically respond in one of two ways. They either completely retreat from your life, or they become even more desperate and escalate their attempts. But either way, they are operating from a place of fear now because they have finally understood that you are not the person they thought you were. The third card coming through for you is the Ten of Swords. And this is where things get really revealing because I am seeing what has been protecting you specifically, and the Ten of Swords shows the ultimate ending, the complete severing of what has been attacking you. This card often looks scary to people, but in your reading, the Ten of Swords is actually showing me liberation. It is showing me that every single attack that was meant to destroy you has reached its absolute end. The cycle is complete. The battle is over, and you are still standing. The Ten of Swords is revealing multiple layers of protection around you. First, there is ancestral protection. Some of you come from a lineage of people who had spiritual gifts, people who were healers, seers, energy workers, or just deeply connected to the spiritual realm. Even if you do not know much about your family history, even if this was never talked about openly, that DNA is in you. That power is in your bloodline. And your ancestors who carried these gifts, they are watching over you from the other side. They know what you are capable of. They know what you are meant to do in this lifetime. And they are not going to let anyone or anything stop you from fulfilling your purpose. Second, the Ten of Swords is showing me divine protection. This is protection that comes directly from Source, from God, from the universe, whatever you want to call that higher power. Some of you have a very specific spiritual path that you agreed to walk before you came into this lifetime. You made certain agreements, you accepted certain responsibilities, you committed to certain missions. And because of those soul contracts, you have been given extra protection. Think of it like having spiritual bodyguards that are with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They do not take breaks. They do not get distracted. They are constantly monitoring the energy around you and deflecting anything that is not meant for you. Third, and this is what the Ten of Swords emphasizes so powerfully, you have your own innate power. Your intuition, your discernment, your ability to sense energy, these are not passive gifts. These are active protection mechanisms. Every time you get a bad feeling about someone and choose to create distance, that is your gift protecting you. Every time you feel guided to avoid a certain situation and you listen to that guidance, that is your gift protecting you. Every time you wake up from a dream with information that helps you navigate your waking life, that is your gift protecting you. What I am seeing with the Ten of Swords is that you have been using these gifts your entire life without even fully realizing it. You have been protected by your own wisdom, your own caution, your own ability to see through illusions. And the more conscious you become of these gifts, the more intentionally you can work with them, and the stronger your protection becomes. Now here is something that is coming through really strongly with the Ten of Swords, and I think this is important for you to understand. The people who have been attacking you spiritually, they are afraid of you now. And I do not mean afraid in a way that makes them respect you. I mean afraid in a way that makes them desperate. Because they have thrown everything they have at you and nothing has worked. They have tried every trick, every manipulation, every form of negativity they know, and you are still here. You are still standing. You are still rising. And not only that, you are actually doing better than ever in many ways. This terrifies them because it means their power is limited. It means they are not as strong as they thought they were. It means there are forces in this universe that are bigger than their little spells and hexes and negative intentions. And when people realize they are not in control, when they realize they cannot break you, they start to unravel. Their own fear becomes their prison. Their own negativity starts to consume them from the inside out. The fourth card I pulled for you is the Chariot, and this is absolutely stunning because the Chariot is showing me the future that is unfolding for you now that you are becoming aware of your protection and your gifts. This is a card of victory, of achievement, of reaching a level of success and happiness that you have been working toward for a very long time. And what makes this so powerful is that this success is not just material. Yes, you are going to experience blessings in the physical realm. Yes, you are going to see improvements in your finances, your career, your relationships, your living situation. But the real victory here with the Chariot is spiritual. The Chariot is showing me that you are coming into a space of complete certainty about who you are and what you carry. You are no longer going to question your intuition. You are no longer going to doubt your gifts. You are no longer going to make yourself small to make other people comfortable. You are stepping into the full truth of your power, and when you do that, the universe responds by opening doors that were previously closed, by bringing people into your life who are aligned with your highest good, by removing obstacles that were keeping you stuck. What I am seeing here with the Chariot is a complete shift in your reality. Things that used to bother you are not going to affect you anymore. People who used to have power over you are going to lose that power completely. Situations that used to stress you out are going to resolve themselves with ease. And all of this is happening because you are finally operating from your true frequency instead of the lower frequency that others tried to trap you in. I want you to understand something really important about the Chariot energy. When you have been under spiritual attack for a long time, you can start to normalize it. You can start to think that struggle is just your life, that difficulty is just your path, that other people having it easier is just how things are. But that is not true. That is the result of interference, of blockages that were placed on you intentionally by people who did not want you to thrive. And now that you are becoming conscious of this, now that you are recognizing what has been happening, those blockages are dissolving. That interference is being cleared, and you are about to experience what your life is supposed to feel like when you are operating in your natural state of flow and protection. The fifth card here is the Star, and this is showing me something about hope, healing, and divine guidance that is flowing to you right now. The star is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck, and it represents that moment when you finally see the light after a long period of darkness. And I am getting with the star that there is going to be a moment, or maybe several moments, where the truth about what has been happening behind the scenes is going to be revealed to you in a way that cannot be denied. You are going to find out who has been against you. You are going to discover what has been done in the dark. You are going to receive confirmation about things you have suspected but could not prove. Now, I want to be really clear about something with the star. This revelation is not happening to hurt you. It is not happening to make you paranoid or fearful. It is happening to empower you with knowledge so that you can make informed decisions about who you allow in your space moving forward. Because one of the ways that spiritual attacks continue is through access. If someone has regular access to your energy, to your home, to your personal information, to your emotional state, they can continue to send negativity your way. But once you know who they are, once you see them clearly for what they have been doing, you can cut off that access completely. What I am seeing with the star is that some of you are going to be genuinely shocked by who has been working against you. It might be someone you trusted deeply. It might be someone who presented themselves as a friend or even family member. It might be someone who smiled in your face while stabbing you in the back energetically. And I know that kind of betrayal hurts. I know it can make you want to close yourself off from people completely. But the universe is not showing you this information to make you bitter or isolated. The universe is showing you this information to help you discern, to help you understand the importance of protecting your energy, to help you recognize the signs so you can avoid similar situations in the future. There is also another layer to the star that is really important. I am seeing that you are going to be guided to speak your truth in a more powerful way. For a long time, you might have stayed quiet about your experiences. You might have kept your spiritual gifts private. You might have downplayed your intuition because you did not want people to think you were strange or crazy. But that time of hiding is over with the star energy. You are being called to step into your voice, to share your wisdom, to help others who have been going through similar experiences. Now, this does not mean you need to broadcast everything to everyone. Spiritual wisdom requires discernment about who receives your energy and your knowledge. But it does mean that you are going to find your people, your soul family, the ones who understand you without explanation, the ones who celebrate your gifts instead of fearing them. And when you connect with these people, when you start sharing your truth with those who are meant to hear it, you are going to realize just how powerful your presence really is. The sixth card I am pulling for you is the Ten of Cups, and this is one of my favorites because the Ten of Cups represents emotional fulfillment, harmony, and the universe orchestrating things on your behalf in ways that human effort alone could never accomplish. This card is telling me that everything that has happened to you, every attack, every setback, every moment of struggle, has actually been part of a larger plan to develop your spiritual strength and prepare you for what is coming next. I know that might be hard to hear if you are still processing the pain of what you have been through. I know it might sound like I am minimizing your experience by suggesting it had a purpose, but what I am seeing here with the Ten of Cups is not that the universe wanted you to suffer. What I am seeing is that the universe knew you were strong enough to handle these attacks, to survive them, to learn from them, and to come out on the other side even more powerful than you were before. Think of it like this with the Ten of Cups energy. If you had never been attacked, you might never have discovered your protection. If you had never been challenged, you might never have developed your spiritual gifts to the level they are at now. If you had never experienced betrayal, you might never have learned the importance of discernment. Every difficult experience you have been through has added to your wisdom, to your power, to your ability to navigate this world with spiritual awareness. And here is what is really beautiful about the Ten of Cups. It is showing me that you are about to enter a phase of your life where all of that wisdom, all of that strength, all of those gifts are going to be used in a really meaningful way. You are not just protected for your own sake. You are protected because you have work to do, because you have people to help, because you have a mission that requires you to be strong and awake and fully in your power. Some of you are going to step into healing work. Some of you are going to become teachers or mentors. Some of you are going to use your gifts in more subtle ways, maybe through your art, your writing, your business, your parenting, your friendships. But however it manifests, the Ten of Cups is showing me that you are going to be a source of light and protection for others the same way you have been protected. And that is a beautiful thing. What I am also seeing with the Ten of Cups is that the timing of everything is about to accelerate. Things that have been moving slowly are going to start moving quickly. Opportunities that seemed far away are going to suddenly become available. People who are meant to be in your life are going to show up seemingly out of nowhere. This is because you have reached a certain level of spiritual maturity, and when you reach that level, the universe can trust you with more. You can handle more responsibility, more visibility, more success, more love, more abundance. The seventh card coming through is the Four of Wands, and this is showing me something about your home, your foundation, your sense of security and stability. And the Four of Wands is really significant because I am seeing that one of the ways you have been attacked is through your sense of safety. Someone or multiple people have tried to make you feel unstable, ungrounded, insecure about your place in the world. They might have tried to mess with your housing situation. They might have tried to create financial stress. They might have tried to disrupt your family relationships. They might have tried to make you question whether you belong anywhere or with anyone. But what the Four of Wands is revealing is that you are building something now that cannot be shaken by external forces. You are creating a foundation that is based on your own power, your own worth, your own connection to spirit. And when your foundation is built on that kind of solid ground, nothing and no one can knock it down. I am seeing with the Four of Wands that some of you are literally going to be changing your physical environment. You might be moving to a new home. You might be redecorating or cleansing your current space. You might be creating boundaries about who is allowed in your personal sanctuary. And all of this is part of strengthening your protection. Because your home should be your safe space, your place of peace, your energetic fortress. If you have people coming into your home who carry negative energy, who have bad intentions, who make you feel uncomfortable in your own space, that is a problem that needs to be addressed. What I am getting with the Four of Wands is that you are being guided to really pay attention to the energy of your environment. Clear out anything that does not feel good. Get rid of items that were given to you by people who have been against you. Cleanse your space regularly with sage, palo santo, sound, salt, whatever method resonates with you. Set strong intentions about what energy is welcome in your home and what energy is not. And trust that as you do this physical work, you are also doing spiritual work that strengthens your protection on all levels. There is also something here about building stability through your spiritual practice with the Four of Wands. I am seeing that some of you have been inconsistent with things like meditation, prayer, journaling, or other practices that connect you to your higher self and to divine guidance. And I understand why. When you are under attack, when you are in survival mode, it can be hard to maintain routines. But what the Four of Wands is telling you is that now is the time to recommit to these practices, because they are not just nice things to do when you have time. They are essential for maintaining your protection and your power. Even if it is just 5 minutes a day, even if it is just lighting a candle and setting an intention, even if it is just taking a few deep breaths and connecting to your body, these practices create an energetic anchor that keeps you centered no matter what chaos is happening around you. And when you are centered, when you are grounded, attacks have less impact. Negative energy rolls off you instead of sticking to you. You recover faster from challenges. You maintain your peace even in the middle of storms. The eighth card is the Lovers, and this is showing me connection, choices, and alignment with people who genuinely love and support you. And I think the Lovers is such an important card for you right now because after experiencing attacks and betrayal, it can be easy to close your heart completely, to decide that everyone is a potential threat, to isolate yourself as a form of protection. But that is not what the universe wants for you. What I am seeing here with the Lovers is that there are people in your life or coming into your life who are absolutely genuine. These are people who celebrate your success instead of feeling threatened by it. These are people who honor your gifts instead of trying to suppress them. These are people who add to your life instead of draining from it. And you are being guided to open yourself up to these connections, to allow yourself to trust again, to let people in who have proven through their actions that they are safe. Now, I am also seeing with the Lovers that you are going to need to use your discernment here. Not everyone who appears friendly actually has good intentions. Not everyone who says nice things actually means them. But you already know this. Your intuition already warns you when something is off. And what the Lovers is encouraging you to do is to trust that intuition completely. If someone gives you a weird feeling, honor that feeling. If a situation does not sit right with you, honor that too. You do not owe anyone access to you. You do not owe anyone an explanation for your boundaries. Your peace is more important than being polite to people who make you uncomfortable. What I love about the Lovers is that it is showing me genuine moments of joy and connection in your future. I am seeing gatherings with people who truly care about you. I am seeing laughter and lightness and the feeling of being completely yourself without fear of judgment. I am seeing friendships that feel easy and natural and supportive. I am seeing family relationships, whether blood family or chosen family, that are based on mutual respect and love. And here is something really beautiful with the Lovers. I am seeing that as you step more fully into your power and your protection, you are going to naturally attract people who are on a similar frequency. You are going to find your spiritual community, the people who understand this world beyond the physical, the people who have also been through battles and come out stronger, the people who recognize the light in you because they carry it too. These connections are going to be so healing for you. They are going to show you what relationships are supposed to feel like when they are not tainted by jealousy or competition or hidden agendas. They are going to restore your faith in humanity. They are going to remind you that not everyone is out to get you, that there are genuinely good people in this world, and that you deserve to be surrounded by love and support. The 9th card coming through for you is the 7 of Wands, and this is really powerful because the 7 of Wands is showing me that you are in a period of defending what is yours. This is not about being aggressive or going to war with people. This is about standing firm in your truth, protecting your energy, and refusing to be moved from your path no matter what opposition you face. I am seeing with the 7 of Wands that there may be some final attempts from people who have been against you to knock you down. They might be feeling desperate because they see you rising despite everything they have done. They might be feeling angry because their attacks have not worked. They might be feeling scared because they are starting to experience consequences for their actions. And when people feel these intense emotions, they sometimes lash out in ways that are even more intense than before. But here is what you need to understand with the 7 of Wands. You are ready for this. You are prepared. You have the protection, the wisdom, and the strength to handle whatever comes your way. This card is not warning you to be afraid. The 7 of Wands is reminding you to stay alert, to maintain your boundaries, to keep your energy clear, and to trust in the protection that has brought you this far. I am also seeing with the 7 of Wands that this is a time to be strategic. Do not engage with people who are trying to provoke you. Do not give energy to situations that are designed to drain you. Do not defend yourself to people who have already made up their minds about you. Your job is not to convince anyone of your worth or your truth. Your job is to keep moving forward on your path, to keep building your life, to keep developing your gifts, and to trust that the universe is handling the people who have been against you in ways that you do not need to be involved in. There is something about the 7 of Wands that is also showing me spiritual warfare on a level that is very real. And I want to be clear that I am not trying to scare you, but I also think it is important to be honest about what is happening. There are people who practice dark spiritual work, who send curses or hexes or work with entities that are not of the light. And some of you have been targeted by this kind of energy. But here is the thing. Light is always stronger than darkness. Always. It is not even a fair fight. One spark of divine light can dispel an entire room of darkness. So if you have been feeling under attack, if you have been experiencing unusual difficulties, if you have been dealing with nightmares or strange occurrences or a general sense of heaviness, I want you to know with the 7 of Wands that you have the power to clear all of that. Call on your ancestors, call on your guides, call on God, Source, the universe, whatever name resonates with you. Ask for protection. Ask for clearing. Ask for the removal of any negative energy or entities that have attached themselves to you or your space. And then trust that it is done. You might also want to take some physical actions to support this spiritual work shown in the Seven of Wands. Get your space cleansed by someone who knows what they are doing. Take spiritual baths with salt and herbs. Wear protective stones or jewelry. Set up altars or sacred spaces in your home. Do whatever feels right to you to strengthen your energetic fortress. The 10th and final card I'm pulling for you is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is absolutely perfect because the Seven of Pentacles represents patience, assessment, and the rewards that come from long-term effort. This card is telling me that you are at a point where you can look back and see how far you have come. You are closing the door on a very long and difficult chapter of your life. The battles you have been fighting, the protection you have needed, the attacks you have endured, all of this is coming to an end. Not because the people against you have suddenly become good people, but because you are moving to a completely different frequency where they simply cannot reach you anymore. I am seeing with the Seven of Pentacles that you are stepping into a version of your life where you are so solid in your power, so clear in your purpose, so protected by your spiritual awareness that negative energy just bounces off you without even making an impact. You become untouchable, not because you are hiding or defending constantly, but because you are operating on such a high level that lower vibrational attacks cannot connect with you. What I love about the Seven of Pentacles is that it is showing me fulfillment, assessment of your progress, and the realization that your efforts have not been in vain. You are not going to be forever fighting. You are not going to be forever on guard. You are moving toward a space of peace where you can just exist in your power without constantly having to prove it or defend it. And in that space, your gifts are going to flourish in ways you have never experienced before. I am seeing with the Seven of Pentacles that you are going to look back on this period of your life with gratitude. Not gratitude for the pain, but gratitude for what the pain taught you, for who you became because of it, for the strength you discovered within yourself. You are going to realize that every attack made you sharper, every betrayal made you wiser, every moment of struggle prepared you for the incredible life you are about to step into. And here is the final message coming through for you with the Seven of Pentacles, Taurus. You are not a victim. You have never been a victim. You are a spiritual warrior who has been tested and has passed every test. You are protected by forces that most people cannot even comprehend. You carry gifts that are meant to be used for good in this world. And now that you know what you carry, now that you understand what has been protecting you, it is time to step forward with confidence. Do not be afraid of your power. Do not be afraid of your gifts. Do not be afraid of the people who tried to harm you. They are already receiving their karma. They are already dealing with the consequences of coming against someone who is divinely protected. Your job is not to worry about them. Your job is to focus on your path, to develop your gifts, to use your protection not just for yourself, but to help others who are going through similar battles. You are entering a phase of your life that is going to be marked by peace, by joy, by success, and by the deep satisfaction of knowing who you truly are. The attacks are over, the protection remains, and your future is brighter than you have ever imagined.